Everybody, what's going on? We are back in some Dragonheir, and we are going to talk about a good bit of progress that we've made. And then, of course, we've got some summons. We're kind of coming into some summons on a fairly regular basis here. And I think today might be a good day, and we'll talk about why in a second. But first, I want to give a shout out to Dragonheir for sponsoring this video. If you decide you want to check it out, you can click the link down below or scan the QR code that's above me right now. And yeah, big shout out to them. I appreciate them. It's been great working with them, and I appreciate y'all checking out my sponsors, bruh. All right, so I found out in my Discord, who was it that told me? Collector told me there's a way you can kind of check your summon record. So you click up here, and then you click the settings, and then you click this headphone, and it's going to take you to a web page. And one of the options on the web page is summon query, and you can kind of see what your recent summons have been. So if I'm not mistaken, I am on 29. I have summoned 29 Heliolites. That seems to be where it thinks my pity is. So we should be guaranteed, if I'm correct, we should be guaranteed a legendary in the next 6 summons. And we have 9. So today may very well be our first legendary. So we'll probably hit a 5 pop and then do our 1 pop. And I think I think get our first legendary. If we don't get a legendary, then I'm confused, or pity did reset, which I just don't think should be a thing. I really don't think that would be a thing. And it says pity is 35, right? So we'll find out. And I guess we'll find out right now. Let's jump on in and do this. Could be pretty exciting day. Double epic. I'll take double epic, dude. Who do we got? Who do we got? I don't know anything about her. She looks pretty cool, though. Oh, wow. What a crazy pull. This is that epic that's soloed me in arena a couple times. This dude is really good. That's a crazy pull. That's a crazy pull. And this next summon should be a legendary if we're correct. So let's see if we're correct. We are correct. Let's go. Who's it going to be? All right. Garrett. I don't know anything about him. Looks dope, though. We've got crit damage aura. Increases attack when taking damage. The increased volume equals to 10% of the damage taken, up to 200% of the hero's inherent attack value. Interesting. Stabs the enemy ahead 3 times. Each stab consumes 2.5% of the hero's current HP and deals 100% attack, 2.5% current HP. Lightning damage to the target. Considered to be a basic attack. Interesting. So clearly a damage dealer. Consumes 7% of the current HP to obtain brutal thrust for 10 seconds, dashing to the enemy target and stabbing 5 times, with each stab dealing 115% of attack, lightning damage, and considered as a basic attack. Again, I don't understand that. I've seen that in a few skills, and I guess that means it can't be, maybe he can't be silenced? I'm not real sure. Basic attacks will deal additional damage when under brutal thrust for every 1% attack speed obtained. The additional damage will increase by quarter. Or 0.25% rather. Okay. I guess I don't understand a lot of it. Is the issue we're still having. But he's our first legendary, so we're definitely gonna get him going and see what we think about him. It's gonna be nice to have a good, like, solid legendary damage dealer, because we're pretty squared away on support. We're very squared away on tanks. We've kind of got all of our other bases covered. I've needed a good heavy hitter, and Sigrid is good for sure, don't get me wrong, but I feel like a legendary is going to scale a lot differently. So I'm excited to see what kind of damage we get out of this guy, and he seems pretty interesting. So let's knock out the rest of these summons and then go take a look at our roster. Dude, what's his name? The epic we pulled, Garius, and now I feel like I'm getting their names mixed up. We'll check in a second. But this has been a killer. I think this has probably been our best summon session so far. Did I just pull her twice in a row? You better get out of here with that. All right. Big day. Big day for the account, dude. All right. Garrett. His name is Gary. How about that? Yeah. Garius. And then her as well. Let's look at her real quick. When inflicting debuffs on enemies, reduces their damage dealt by 10%. That seems good. Attack and poison damage to enemies within range. With heal reduction. Change the inflicted healing reduction to healing prohibition. I'm guessing that means healing stops happening altogether. Healing reduction cuts it in half. Healing prohibition probably stops it. Big multiplier to enemies within range. The chance of inflicting charmed forces the target to attack their allies. And inflicting speed penalty. Then dispels one debuff. Man, that's quite an ult. She seems like she might be a pretty solid pull. What do people think about her? 3.5? Let's see what people think about him. I feel like his should be high. 4.5. Yeah, he's crazy, dude. Between him and Furbath, I am all the way squared away on tanks. That's crazy, dude. And then what do people think about him? 4.3, I'll take that, dude. I was expecting lower. So let's see. Dauntless heroes excel at destroying enemies with basic attacks. They can launch basic attacks in a high frequency and deal considerable damage based on that as well as their cooperation. Dauntless teams excel at dealing damage towards single targets. Yeah, he seemed like a good single target guy. So combo engine, 2 high frequency basic attacks, a tank, and a survive support. This is such a cool feature, man. This game has such good quality of life stuff in place to teach people. I think that's such a cool thing that it does, and gives you examples of heroes you have that can do the thing for that role. I think that's so cool, man. All right, so just attack sets. What do we got here? The Great River Lamp. Stack up damage after casting their ultimate skills, suitable for Dauntless dealers. Attack speed bonus by a certain probability when launching basic attacks. Silver Star Horseshoe. Can I afford any artifacts right now? No. How do I get these? I guess pulling duplicate epics. Here, let's pop these in. Maybe we can pop these and get some duplicate epics and get a couple of more artifacts. Because I think they'll reset, but I think we keep them. I think anything we have in our account that's not gear, we get to keep, right? At the reset of the season. So all these champs that I'm pulling that are really good, I get to keep them. Any artifacts that I purchase, I get to keep. But everything just resets, I believe, is how that works. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Come on, give me a dupe epic. I think it's so rare you'll be hoping for a dupe, but I don't even know if that's the one. I mean, I feel like it is the one I should buy if I get one because he's my only legendary. Well, I mean that I've pulled. Who is that? I think that's new. All right, we'll go see who that is. Hell, we might not get to anything else today. This might just be a summon video. I almost wonder if it's worth it to buy one so I can just do that. Nah, we'll just do it like this. We can skip. All right. No, I think we did get a dupe. Did we get a dupe? No, we did not. Rip. I mean, I guess in a sense that's good. We're expanding the roster, right? But also, your boy wanted dudes. Gardrus. Increases allies' resistance. He's a support. Chance to immunize the inflicted debuff. Each time the hero gets immune, recharges ultimate energy. Wait, what? Are you saying every time that he gets a debuff put on him, he's got a 25% chance to be immune, like for the rest of the fight? To that debuff? Cold damage to the enemy with attack down. Big multiplier to enemies within range with a chance of inflicting knocked up and knocking back to the farthest point possible. Then there's a chance of inflicting stun and 100% chance. Man, that's quite an ult, dude. He seems like he might be kind of dope. What's the consensus? 3.6? Yeah, he seems interesting. And then who is this other one? My pledge is the compass of my Kamari. Gotta be a rally champ, right? When a battle begins, grants defense up to allies within range. Wow, that's dope. Charges toward the enemy with a 100% chance of knocking up the target and dealing damage. So it doesn't have rally. It just look like a rally champ to me for some reason. Resurrects a recently dead ally, restoring 75% of the resurrected ally's ultimate energy before death. Okay. Heals the ally with the lowest current HP if there's no dead ally. So I got my first reviver. That seems crazy. 3.5. That's a cool looking champ, dude. Okay. We're getting like fairly deep in all the affinities. Her portrait looks like Ronda Rousey.
Don't be tight-fisted.
Lots of new rares. That's dude from Star Wars. I don't know his name because I don't know Star Wars that well, but I guess since we're down here, we'll clear them all out. Not a bad day, man. Not a bad day. I'm stoked about Garius. He's so cool. He's such a cool champ. And then also our first legendary we ever pulled. I'm probably going to rush him, honestly. I'm probably going to get him built and get him in the mix and find out what we think about him in action. I'm excited to see what kind of damage he can do for us. So probably in the next video, we'll have him built and maybe do a little bit of a showcase on him. But yeah, I think instead of jumping over and checking out dungeons, we'll just let this be a summon video, and we'll pick up in the next video with him being caught up, because I should have. I can get him to 70. I just need some of these, and we've actually been making progress in those dungeons as well. So I'll farm those up. I'll try very hard to have him at 100 by the next video, and we'll do some testing with him and see what we actually think about him. All right, so that's it. Big shout out to Dragonheir for sponsoring this video. If you want to check it out, there will be a link down below, or you can scan the QR code that's above me right now. Again, I appreciate them, and I appreciate y'all checking it out. We'll see y'all in the next one with a fully maxed out Garrett. All right, have a good one.